Hello and welcome to our final session here at the three-part masterclass, How to Take Charge of Your Life. So in the last two sessions, we looked at the principles of Ayurveda, basic principles of the elements and their qualities, how these elements with their qualities transfer into the three doshas, Vata, Pitta, Kapha, and how that looks like, how they filter into the day. So we have these three doshas, they are divided into 4-hour slots, one in the night and one throughout the day, where they are active and how or what impact that has on our day and on the season equally, and on the day also, what does it mean then for us? How should we structure our day according to the seasons? According to these energies, but also the seasons, the elements are present and the qualities are present, and we need to balance them with the opposite qualities, right? So today we're looking at a different a concept, which is also in Ayurveda. So Ayurveda recognizes this concept and is based on that as well. Also a very old Vedic concept of the 4 aspects of life. A balanced life means we are balanced on these 4 aspects. So let's share the screen. Okay, let's see. I don't think I shared. Did I? No, I didn't. So share the screen. Okay. So we move through the different slides. So I could have done this earlier, I know. Sorry, but it gives you a little bit of, what we did the last 2 days, a little reminder. Day 3, so we have how to live a happy life. So we have 4 aspects, and they are Artha, which is work, Karma, which is pleasure, Dharma, which is our own individual life's purpose, and Moksha, which is freedom. So let's have a look at this individual. So first, you have on your handout, you have this as well, and also some space to make some notes, because this concept is, or not, maybe not necessarily for you, but is foreign or not. Let's rephrase that. So here in our Western cultures, we have the work-life balance, and that's it. So we are focusing more on these first 2, the aspect of work, which we all need to work to earn money, and the aspect of pleasure, which is often seen as a sexual pleasure only. However, it is also what we say, doing something that nourishes you and that relaxes you and that you enjoy, and that is sort of balancing out this work aspect. So we all need to work, and we all need to live our life. Work, if we don't need to work for material reasons, because we are one of the few lucky ones on this earth, but still, we need to do something. We are made to do, and we need to get up and we need to brush our teeth, have a shower, do some exercises, have food, prepare the food, buy the food, all of that is doing and maintaining the physical body and the mental body as well. But most of us, we just need to go to work as well, and to earn our money, to earn our living. And this work can be just that. All this work can take a tremendous part in our life. So especially, so I'm self-employed, for example, and my work aspect can take fill in most of my day, because there's just so much to do. Maybe you have a company and maybe you have more responsibility in your job. So it is sorry, I'm looking for one particular word. It's expected, that you're not sitting there from 9 to 5, and then you go home, but that you put on more work put in more effort, more energy in your job, and you obviously get this equaled out with you earn more money. So work is what we need to do, and as we need to do it, we might as well enjoy it at the same time. Yeah. So karma, the pleasure, needs to balance this out. We are hardwired to enjoy. So we naturally tend to what we like. And we naturally try to avoid what we dislike. So natural pleasures come to us with absolute ease. So in this aspect, karma, you have probably heard the name, because karma is the first word of the Kama Sutras. So the Kama Sutras are the sutras, the threads, the sentences that like the Yoga Sutras, a sutra is a thread of different pearls of wisdom. So the Kama Sutras, they deal with, how to have pleasure, how people fit together, how they're suitable for each other, how to, create your environment around that. So that's the karma, the pleasure side. But we can also have the same amount of pleasure in, meeting friends, just going out for a meal, walking nature and being one with nature, or visiting an art exhibition or a theater piece, any of that. What we deeply connect to and what resonates with us, we can experience that pleasure as the balance to work. If we are working only, eventually we will get burned out and we get ranty, and we feel we are missing out on everything. So if we are focusing on the pleasure only, then we eventually will stay in there without any money. Yeah. So if your pleasure is going shopping and buying expensive clothes, or maybe or inexpensive, but just buying things, eventually, if you're not putting the work side in, obviously you will be there without any money. So it needs to be in a balance, these two, for us to be happy. But in Ayurveda and in the Indian philosophy, there is also, this is sort of the worldly side of our life, but they also look at us from the our spiritual side, which needs to be nurtured equally. So my teacher, he always said, the train runs on 2 tracks. Yeah, so one is the worldly side that we need to balance and maintain, and one is the spiritual side, which also needs to be equally strong for us to be in balance, because our spiritual side connects to our soul. Yeah, so dharma, our life's purpose. You can have whatever you need on the physical level in your life. You can have a huge house, you can have different cars, you can have lots of friends, and whatever you need and whatever you can think of, you can buy yourself. Still, you can be unhappy. Still, you can have the feeling that there is something missing in your life. And that might be because there is nothing that feeds your soul. Yeah? So we all have a purpose in this life. That's the base of yoga and Ayurveda. And when we are not pursuing this life purpose, then we are missing something, and this missing something is bugging us, yeah, and it is constantly coming into our mind as a reminder. So some of us will look even more on the outside and try to get more, more on the material side. But this is where we need to look at the inside, inwards, because that's where the answer is. Our life's purpose, we can only find out when we look in, listen on the inside, when we check in. And it is easier if we are practicing more inward disciplines like meditation or yoga that connect us more with our internal life. Other philosophies are obviously there as well. You can connect also in Christianity to your soul, and in Buddhism. I'm looking obviously always from the yoga side and the Ayurveda side to it. So this is equally important for us to pursue, to look at, to make sure that we find a way to feel this purpose and connect with it. Yeah. So when we know that, then we are happy. When we look inside and we feel, okay, we are more in tune with what we are doing. This can be that we need to change something on this worldly side because we are actually not going into the direction that we wanted to, or that we meant to originally, but maybe have forgotten over time. Yeah, so some people, they wanted to do something different, but they got encouraged by whoever, peers, parents, to do something else with their life, and then they pursued that because the benefits of that particular, like studying whatever law, becoming a doctor, or going into finance, where also money is more. It sounded maybe the right thing to do from the material aspect, but then once you go down that route, then you still find there's something missing, and it is somehow not for you. And there are lots of people who have then changed to paths that are completely different, and although they are earning less money, they still are very happy with that, yeah, and prefer that life more because it offers more a sense of balance. Yeah, so we have the physical side, or the worldly side, the mundane side, with the job and the pleasure. So something we have to do and something we like to do. And on the spiritual side, we have dharma, our life purpose, and the last aspect is moksha, which is the ultimate freedom. Moksha is translated into freedom. And we're looking at this freedom of, so yoga looks at this freedom, it's on the mental side. So when we are free of whatever our conditioning, yeah, let's phrase it like that. So we're coming more and more in contact with what we feel our life's purpose is. And we see more and more how our upbringing, what we have experienced in life from childhood onward to this moment in time, there is so many conditioning going on, patterns that we have created to cope with life, different demands of life. And these patterns, because they just run automatically now, they are we are hitting a barrier with that. We are hitting limitations with that because they're keeping us continuously in that same behavioral loop. So we are not able to jump out of this and try something different. But as we are becoming more aware of all of that and where our sort of frictions lie in terms of how we want to behave and how we behave, or what just comes up, and we're working with that, the more we come into this realm of moksha. In yoga, it is seen as a state of ultimate balance. And it always is, like also I said here, it is beyond our life circumstances. So moksha, or happiness in that sense, contentment in that sense, is not that when everything goes well, yes, we are there and all is good and we are generous and we are happy and life is good. We feel good about ourselves. But when we hit spots where there are difficulties coming up, it's not working so well on the work-wise. Maybe you're on your path, but you're not earning enough money. And how to overcome that, how to still feel good about yourself and they still think, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do. So somehow I have to make it work, rather than thinking, that was not a good decision, and starting to doubt and seeing these limitations that hold you back, from the society. There's a huge amount of limitations from the society on how we should behave and what we should do and what we shouldn't do. And people keep reminding us all the time. But our inner freedom, the sense of moksha, is when we've gone beyond that, when we have seen our limitations and we have overcome them already, and we have reached a state where we're happy with whatever comes. We try. It's not nothing of what I said before. Nothing has to do with complacency. It is everything active state, but we're not looking at the outcome anymore. We do because we want to do, or we need to do. We enjoy because we want to enjoy. If it doesn't work, then we enjoy something at that state where we are not so happy. We have some money that we can use, but maybe not the money that we would like to have. And like that. So moksha is this freedom, that really goes beyond all of our mind's limitation. Hence, it is quite difficult to grasp and also to understand. But every one of us has come across this state of mind, and for moments, glimpses where everything seemed to come together, and there was just where we thought, wow, there's nothing else that I need. But then, the other moment comes and something happens and we're back into that rut. So when we have reached that state of moksha, we stay in that first state, what we know as when everything goes well. So everything comes beyond life circumstances. So this might be food for thought, not to be solved today. But what I would like you to do right now, so you have one sheet of paper in your workbook, which is now, I would like you to do a little bit of reflection right here and now to think of these four aspects. Are they all present in your life right now? Which one is missing? Which one is dominating? And also for a moment, how do you think you could bring that into balance? How can you bring these missing aspects into our life? Yeah. So I give you a few minutes just to sit down, take a few deep breaths, maybe close your eyes for a moment, take a few breaths, and then think of your life right now. And how have you structured it? What is there? Which of the aspects are there? And they are, maybe the worldly side is already there and already balanced. Maybe all three are there, or maybe all four are there. If all four would be there, probably, I wouldn't be here. So I assume, at least the last one is missing. And maybe the third one as well, the life purpose. But have a think about it and take some notes. And write down without censoring. Always let your thoughts run free and let them be there. Don't think of them, they're good or bad. Just let them come, write them down, and you make sense of them later. Okay, then come back. Let pen and paper go. You can look at that again afterwards. So just summing up for a moment how this comes into your life, living with the seasons, living with the energies of the day, the energies of the season, in flow with that season, in flow with your life is more effortless. Even times that are a bit tougher, but there's still enough ease there that saves you energy. Yeah, so tuning into what is around you and these energies, these qualities of the elements that are in you, how they manifest in you, how you see them in yourself, and then you know how to respond to them. If they go too far, always with the opposite quality, you have your sheet on, what these different qualities are and how to balance them as well. They are in your handout. Yeah, the 10 opposing qualities. So keep them close, put them on your fridge and or wherever else it is useful for them, for you. Keep them close so you get more and more in tune with them, and then you can respond faster. You become more aware. Yesterday we said, awareness is really that what the benefit of that is that we can react faster, that we don't go down the rabbit holes all the way and stay there and go also in the burrow of the rabbit and stay there and maybe go out a different exit. So that we see where we're going and we think, okay, I think I need to stop that and I need to change the course. And this could just be, maybe eating differently for a few days till you feel back more in balance, or you are you take one day where you do fasting. Fasting does never mean no food at all, but leaving out particular, like all the no coffee, no cakes, no chocolates, no other sweets, but maybe a day where you eat only khichdi or dal or rice and dal or anything, anything like that is super helpful for you to connect back. And then also thinking of these 4 aspects that you have learned about today. Now, how is that worldly side and the spiritual side, how is that balance? What do you need to tune into more for you to feel all around content, and you feel, okay, this is the life that I'm meant to live? And it might mean that you're not having all this financial overflow, but that you are getting by with ease, and that's enough, because on the spiritual side, everything is balanced. Then this is enough. You're content with what you have, and there's a true contentment coming through. Yeah. So if you are still looking for one aspect, so what is next? Today I would like to talk a bit more officially about the Back to Balance course. There will be tomorrow up for you, or today I'm going to send it out with the email today in the replay link. I'm going to send out as well a link to a little walkthrough through how the course looks from the outside and from the inside in the platform. And it is what we have looked at in these last 3 days, but more in depth. We are going into more in depth of more principles of Ayurveda, and then we look at how they apply to the seasons, how they apply to the days, how you can structure your day even more so. We look at cooking as well, because food is so important. And it is an activity that we need to do on a very regular basis, several times a day. So it has a big impact on us. So Ayurveda recognized that and said food is something that you can change if needed. So how to change it, how to cook your food. You have access to a recipe library, still growing. I still need to do more videos about that, but there are recipes also on the website that you can use in the meantime. And then we also look at, how we can do that. What we looked at today, how can we bring that in, how meditation practice, you have access to breathing practices and yoga videos as well. So to bring all aspects really in. Every day, every week, we have a group call where you can ask questions revolving this week, what you're looking at. And then in the one-to-one calls, we can look at how even more structure your life and your days so that they suit you and so that they avoid imbalances or balance existing imbalances out. So the course starts this Sunday, and it ends the 1st April weekend, so 9 weeks. And so until today, not but until tomorrow, you can have the Masterclass a discount, which is you get all the content, including the one-to-one sessions, for £987. So the weekly, that's the bonus, is the weekly one-to-ones. They are included in that in this basic price, and you will also have a 1 month of Voxer coaching afterwards. Voxer coaching is a particular app. You would need to download that, but it is where we can connect fairly quickly. It's a little bit like WhatsApp, but different to it, and you won't see any distractions, and we can talk more with each other or leave messages for each other. And like that, you have that for a month after the end of the course, just to stay on track a little more and continue implementing the course. Without the calls, just the videos will be available for you as long as you need them. They will be up there as long as the course is offered. So if you have any questions to that, and you need to go through this with me, so you can hop on a call with me. We can go together, get together on the phone, no problem at all. I'm answering questions, whatever you like. And yeah, hopefully seeing you then in that in the course. So I hope you enjoyed these 3 days, 3 sessions, and they gave you a little inspiration for what you can do, depending if you join the course or not. And they give you some food for thought. Okay. Thank you again, and see you soon. Bye-bye.